My research looks at the role of stress in inflammatory bowel disease, especially ulcerative colitis. Ultimately, I want to come up with solutions to help people with stress so that it doesn't become chronic stress and people don't develop things like anxiety and depression. About 20 years ago, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. I recently interviewed 10 people with the condition, so I started every interview by saying my journey will be very different from yours, but I'm going to understand a lot of the things that you experience, and you could see them relaxing after that. When I saw this PhD advertised that looked at both stress, which I was interested in because of my background in psychology, and ulcerative colitis, which is what I have, it seemed like a no-brainer to try and make things easier for people like me. The best thing about being a PhD student is the huge amount of opportunities to learn new things. I like a challenge and I like learning things. I would get very bored if I was constantly doing the same job over and over again, and there's no repetition in a PhD. It can be incredibly difficult to get funding for diseases that are not kind of sexy, despite a lot of people being affected by inflammatory bowel disease, which is Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. As a culture, we don't necessarily think of them as being a key priority, and so it's absolutely crucial to have Bowel Research UK that will go out and educate people about just how many people this affects and just how devastating it can be as a disease, and actually how impactful the research can be to help this.
The work that charities are doing is absolutely invaluable. In the UK, there are over 600,000 people being diagnosed with inflammatory bowel disease. So in total, it's more than, for example, multiple sclerosis and Parkinson's together. How to help them and how to support them will come from research.
There should be more psychologists involved in bowel research because we are now taking very seriously the brain-gut interaction, and it's really fascinating the psychological correlates that are involved with digestion in general and bowel disease in particular. So we really do need people to be coming and doing PhDs and setting their sights on a career and doing research in this area.